Hello again everyone, Carol, Crafty Emporium. Hello, waving from up there this time. Hello. I'm bringing you another project using the Fairy Garden kit, except this time it's the TN kit, the Traveller's Notebook kit. Norella got quite a few requests to make it into a Traveller's Notebook kit, and so this is my version. So what I've done here on the front cover is I've printed this fairy off onto Calico fabric, ideal for Calico collage, and then I've I don't know whether you can see the glittery bit, but I've painted all her skirt and her bodice with glitter so that she does do a little bit of a shimmy. I've cut out some wings, put some glitter on her wings as well, put a flower on, done some little glossy accent dots on her headband. I've used the word "Don't Stop Believing," and then I've put some flowers and some leaves on the bottom, and I've put lace all the way around. And then if I turn her over, so this is one of the papers in the kit, and again I've put lace all the way around that. There's brads in each of the corners, and there's been the stitching done on that. There's brads on each of the corners there, and the stitching done on the front cover as well. So here I didn't use seam binding this time. I'd got this lovely bright pink sheer organza ribbon, so I used that as the closure. So going inside, what I did with this was I made it into a pocket traveller's notebook, so all the pages are created making pockets. On the inside cover, I did some fussy cutting around one of the pages and did it as a ghost pocket. And then I'd got these notepads in my stash, so I cut two out and stuck them onto a piece of card so that you can write about what your week's about. So that goes in there. And then this was the first page that I used in the kit, and it says, "Let your day be filled with magic." So as you can see here, I've made this into a pocket, and inside there I've got one of these index cards, and I printed some images onto tracing paper and then stitched the tracing paper on top of the index card. I did actually see a lady doing this on YouTube, and I'm really sorry, but I can't remember who it was, so I can't give credit to you because I just can't remember. I'm really sorry, but if it was you, please let me know, and I'll mention you in the description box below, and I'll link the video. And then I did some journaling pages, and I stitched them onto the back of tea dyed paper, and I've left the strings as well so that you can either cut those off or leave them. Here I did a flip out, and then on the inside of the page I did a pocket, and then within the pocket these are two of the journaling cards. And then I made a tag out of part of a page that I'd got left over, and then on the back I put a little pocket as well, and there's a glassine bag, and I did some lollipop sticks, large lollipop sticks, out of leftover paper, so those go in there, and then another one which then sits tucked behind the butterfly image. Then here I did a little flippy flap. Did a little pocket on the front there with one of the journaling cards, and then just put some tea dyed paper inside of that. On the back here I did the description of what a fairy is from the dictionary, and then cut one of the cards out and put that tucked back behind there. Made a pocket out of this page, and then in this pocket I did a punched edge, and then this folds down, so there's a big sheet there for journaling on. and then clipped to the other side with a large gold paper clip. I did a little mini booklet. Again, using the journaling cards and some other little bits and pieces, as you can see, so some tickets and butterflies and buttons and ribbon, some lace, butterfly and buttons again, and then in the top I did some tags. These went in beautifully when I'm not on camera. I think it's because you're wary of time. And then that was the other one. So there's one of a little girl and one of a little boy. So this was actually created using the zine booklet method, of which I do have a video on my channel of how I make mine. And then that slots in there, and then just to prevent it sliding about, I just clip the paper clip on. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show you that bit as well. So when you take that off, this bit flips open so that you've got a larger area to write on. And then I don't really like dyeing with tea because I prefer the smell of the coffee, but I have to say it created some beautiful patterning on the paper, which I was really pleased with. So yay, tea dyeing this time. So that goes in there. And then on this page, it's got that beautiful fairy again. And then in this pocket, another one of the index cards with the tracing paper on. And then this is just one of the pages from the kit that I just folded up, printed the lined paper on the back. And so that's inside of there. And then this page flips out as well. And then that one flips up so that there's some image on the back of that as well. But it also means then that you can still write on the actual page itself. Here's another one of the little flippy flaps. And I did a belly band on that side. And then I did some of the tags again and put them together with a little flower brad. And I put the majority of them behind, and then one of them in front to just sit behind the belly band, and then the brad obviously stops them from sliding down. It's another one of the pages, and then inside that pocket, so there's another one of the pages that I just printed out with lines on the back. And this I made as a little matchbook book, which I've stapled the pages in place. Excuse me. So that just slots in there. Oops, all the way around. So here, this is another fold in, and I just put the green vine trim on the edge, but I actually stuck this one down so this one doesn't flip open. But I stuck this one down so that it's a pocket, and then tucked behind there is the fairy song page, and again it's got some lines on the back, but again it's got that beautiful, you see that staining on the back with the tea, amazing. Here I did an envelope pocket, so I just wrapped the twine around those, and then that opens up, and then in there there's some tea dyed paper folded up. I've got so used to saying coffee dyed paper, look. So there's the tea dyed, I was going to say it again, tea dyed paper in there. This is the centre of the signature. And so what I did here was, this is one of the cutouts that comes from the kit. So I attached that as a belly band. As you can see, I put washi tape all the way around. I cut out a part of a circle and stuck that on the bottom, so that acts as a little bit of a stopper. And then from the papers I then made a tag with Imagine and one of the tickets on, and it's a pocket so that you can slot something inside of there. So this is all about pockets, this one. I did the envelope in the centre to hide the strings, and then inside of there there's one of the journaling cards. I attached some tea-dyed paper on the back so that again you've got another pocket, surprisingly. I cut out one of the fairies here and stuck her on so that she now makes a bit of a tuck spot, so that we've got a little journaling card there and a little tag there. And again, this unwraps so that when you open it up, inside of there there's some more tea-dyed paper. Again, it's got the little flap here which I made into a pocket, and I attached the vine trim again onto the edge of that pocket, and then I made an extra large tag from one of the pages, and then on the back I had a pocket and some lace, and then with some leftover paper just made a little journaling card to sit inside of there. There's a pocket to the page there. And again, this was another page from the kit. I think I actually had this one left over from the main kit, so it's slightly larger. And then I stitched the tea-dyed paper on the back. And then here I did another one of the fold down pages. So there's a large space for journaling on there. Another little flippy flap here, and you hold on to the ticket and you pull on it so that it pulls out 3 of the journaling cards, and then obviously you've got the back side to write on as well. But I attached the last of the little pockets there so that there's now a pocket in the top as well, and I've just put a piece of leftover tea-dyed paper in there. Then on the back there's another little journaling card, and made that into a pocket and just attached some, took some tea-dyed paper behind that pocket as well. Here this flap opens up, and then on the inside of the flap I did a little tiny belly band with a button on it, a spotty button, and then with some leftover paper made a really long thin bookmark. And then this flips up with lined paper on the back, and again you've got all the background paper to be writing on as well. In this pocket there's another one of the index cards with some tracing paper on, a piece of leftover paper which I've made into a journaling card, and then there's the fairy bingo which I've stitched onto the back of some tea-dyed paper. Please note I said tea-dyed there, I didn't get it wrong and call it coffee-dyed. I just think these colours are so pretty. This peach and this teal colour are really nice. This little flap opens up, and then I stuck 2 of the butterflies on so that you can tuck inside of there a large journaling card. But if you've got like a tourist brochure, you could tuck that in there. And then in the pocket I did I do here? So I did a journaling card which I stitched onto some tea-dyed paper, so that's all stitched round. I stuck the words on here and the tickets, but you can actually stick something behind the words, so that will sit behind it. And then this one Oh, that was it. I made a little envelope here, so there's a little tuck there, so that opens up, and then there's a little slit there to be able to just stick the flap into. And then here I made a file folder out of one of the pages, and then inside there's some journaling cards to write on. Then on this little flippy flap here there's a journaling card, and then one of the tags from the kit. Show you that. So there's a little tuck space here as well, so that you can tuck a little something behind the fairy and just down into the words. This is another one that opens up. Use that tag again. And then this is one of the cutouts from the kit, so again that becomes a tuck spot behind there. And then in that pocket, it's another one of the index cards, and one of the pages which I've stitched onto the back of tea dyed paper. And then we're at the back of the journal, and again there's another My Week card that was from my stash. And that just slots in there, and then the back of the journal again. So thank you very much for popping by again. Can I just take a moment to say thank you so much for all your lovely comments that I get, both privately and publicly, about the journals that I make. I really do appreciate the thoughts that I get. Because when you're sat at home working on these things, you never quite know whether what you're doing has any kind of value or worth to it, and so it's always so appreciated when people write comments. One of the things that I have noticed on Facebook in particular is that whilst it's lovely to receive a thumbs up or a heart, I think we've gotten into that habit too easily. I'm not talking about myself right now, but especially for new people that have come to journal making, sometimes a written word of appreciation of someone's work is so... It's empowering when someone actually writes that your journal is lovely, or there's something about it that is really appreciated, rather than just a thumbs up. And I think because we've all joined probably so many groups, it's just easier and quicker time-wise to just go and do a quick thumbs up. But especially for newbies, I think that if you take the time to write something to show your appreciation, I think it's quite empowering for that person that's created it. So that's my little thought for the day. Please make a little bit of time to write something. But for me personally, I can't tell you how much I appreciate the words and the comments that I get from you all. So thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon. Ta-ra.